Seneca Hampton, where you at, boss? 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 Seneca Hampton, where you at, boss?
Oh, okay. I messed it up, man. I ain't know how to turn it off, man. I was over here struggling, but
that's what I heard earlier when I joined earlier when you weren't here. That's all it was going. I said, it's driving me crazy. I turned it off. I said, it just keeps on going, after one after another. But anyways, bro. We good to go. We live.
Coach Brown just had to it feels good when you hear a legend like Deion Sanders say your name like that, feels real good,
Yep. So I'm just sharing the stream, and we're going to get into it. 7 teams, 6 can make it through, and not too much surprise in tonight's games. It was pretty good. It was pretty good for the coast. Again, with 7 teams able to 7 teams played, 6 could go because George County played at Picayune. 4 made it through to play next week in 4 different classes. So you talking about if 4 of them make it to state? Come on,
man! You know how hard it is going to be.
Don't even think about. Yeah, don't even. No, yeah, I can't think. I mean, it's. We're gonna start it from. We're fixing to start it. I'm just sharing, like I say, letting the fans come in here because they hyped up. For the most part, they're hyped up. Unfortunately, the 3 teams that did lose tonight from the coast, Pascagoula, Hattiesburg, they're still undefeated. Obviously, Hattiesburg, Stone, lost to Brookhaven, and then Pascagoula. I just mentioned Hattiesburg, and then George County. Lost
this is not a paid sponsorship. You will see me drinking a twisted tea, but this is not a paid sponsorship. It can be though.
Yeah. So you were at the Ocean Springs game.
I did. My daughter, she pulled rank, and she said, "Look, Daddy, I know you're gonna be in Goshen next week. I need you to at least be here with me tonight." So I was Trump. So, shout out to the Greyhounds. I got to, kick it with them for the last 2 weeks and watch Coach Bramlett was right. He revenged his 2 losses from the season during the non-region play. The only one that he don't get the revenge is Picayune, but he got revenge back on everybody else. Northwest Rankin, Oak Grove. Just like I told her, Jake was right. Coach Bramlett was right, man, with the schedule and the toughness, man. Look at, man, you seen how that defense looking like that, man, tonight. BJ Osman had 5 sacks.
Yeah, he has set the record. Because the record was 20 for the coast. For the coast was 20 sacks in the season, and I believe he's at 21. And it goes through the playoffs.
24.
All right, so
he had 18 coming into the game.
So he's smashing.
He had 5 tonight. So he had 23. He had 23 sacks.
He's smashing it, and
he still got one more. We know for a fact he's playing next week too.
Yes, they do go. Go for the playoffs.
Yeah, Brandon come down here.
It is, and Brandon won pretty good tonight over Petal. I'd have to try to get that final score on there,
right
but I think they shut him out. It wasn't even close.
Brandon and Petal. Brandon and Petal.
I can get it.
Man, why it don't show that right there? That game must have been over early. I don't see no Brandon and Petal score.
Let me say.
39-10.
Yeah. Well, Brandon is obviously pretty good, man. Obviously.
When I tell you that Ocean Springs is clicking, like they done found their swagger. Like You got Ocean Springs done found they swagger. Goshen been kicking it. They been had they swag. They I don't know what they had going on tonight, man. They playing these look. I'm getting old. I can't be, you know what I'm saying, being close to these. Like, I'm too emotionally attached to the Goshen. So when I watch their games, man, like, you know, that game was too close to comfort.
It was, because I didn't, like I say, I thought last week's close game that they would, you know, okay, we played a little bit close. They won 36-30 against Natchez, of course, at home in Goshen at the Swamp. And then come tonight, 28-27, because Wayne County missed a 2-point conversion from what was reported on.
Yeah, shout out to Fred Nicholson, USM commit, Bernard Blackwell select. He jumped up in there and blocked that.
So they won 28-27. Now they'll host Brookhaven, who beat Stone. I was even watching this. I thought they scored, they said, at the end, but I had it as a shutout, 33-0. I was just trying to confirm that. But anyways, the scores that we have, I know the fans are coming in. They're going to Waffle House, or it's right after 10 o'clock. The final scores in 4A, Poplarville does defeat Macomb at Macomb, at Poplarville, 42-21. As I had said, it was not going to be a one-score game this time around, and it wasn't. I had it 33-18. It was 42-21. Poplarville will play at Forest next week for South State. In 5A, Brookhaven, we just mentioned. Well, no, I have it here, 33-7. So I don't know why I have it. They did score. Yeah. So 33-7, Brookhaven defeats Stone. Stone season is over, but still first playoff win for Coach Adcock there at Stone's second season head coach. Goshen, 11-1. They are 19 straight home games. Don't get that helmet. Your head is still, it still won't fit.
Yeah, I can't. It's gonna get on there. When we win state, it's going on there. It's going on there.
So Goshen does beat Wayne County again. I knew it'd be a little bit closer game than the one from earlier a few weeks ago. That it was 31-8 at Goshen. They beat Wayne County on October 18th, and then tonight it was again 28-27. Goshen defeats Wayne County, and now they will host Brookhaven, who again beat Stone for the South State championship game, the third straight year for Goshen after not making it to one at all. You know, now that third straight year, now they're 0-2. So hopefully this is a year that they can get it. Of course, they lost Picayune. Was it Laurel? They lost Laurel last year, and they lost Picayune the year before in the South State. So hopefully they'll get it done here. And then in 6A, Hattiesburg defeats Pascagoula 33-17. I was trying to at halftime it was 19-14. Go Hattiesburg. So they were right there with it. Pascagoula, and then till they weren't, and they lose 33-17. Of course, Deuce Vance, you know, we know that he's a great player up there. For those who don't know, he's number 2.
Mr. Football.
Up there. So they defeat Pascagoula. They remain the only 6A team unbeaten at 12-0. They will travel to Hattiesburg, as Hattiesburg, once again, I call it that rope-a-dope. You know, Muhammad Ali, they did it to D'Iberville. They trailed D'Iberville, and I thought they trailed one other game, but yet they came from trailing. It was 21-14 George County. Deuce Knight, 2 rushing touchdowns to start the game. First play of the game for Picayune, they fumbled the ball. So they had great field position. Deuce Knight takes it in. He scores another one, 14-7. They had the lead. And then 21-14 George County. And then all of a sudden, it just became total defenses just took a break. 63-40. Picayune defeats George County, and now Deuce. Hopefully, I'm going to stop coughing. Deuce will now get ready to start college air and go to Auburn whenever. No, he still got the All-Star game, so we're not pushing him out yet. But just a great season for Deuce and for all these teams to make it to the playoffs. And rounding out in 7A, you were there. Ocean Springs takes out Oak Grove. They had a 14-7 lead at halftime, Ocean Springs. And then they start the second half inside the 5-yard line off that great kickoff, and yet they missed a field goal. They couldn't extend that lead. And then Will Smith fumbles the ball, and Oak Grove they didn't score. They didn't score. I don't think they scored on that fumble for
No, they did.
Will Smith. So I mean that defense. So 14-7 halftime lead at Ocean Springs. They go on to win 27-14. They had a pick, not a pick six. They had an interception that really sealed the game, and they took out Oak Grove after they lost to them earlier in the season. So again, they beat Northwest Rankin last week, who they lost to earlier in the season, and Redemption Tour number 2. They took out Oak Grove to go to South State, and the only time that they won in South was 2004, and that's where they will go back to host Brandon, who's obviously a good team there. So that's the final scores there tonight. Ocean Springs wins, Picayune wins, Hattiesburg wins, Gaucher, Brookhaven, Poplarville. And Poplarville just dominated Macomb. I mean, they had 35 unanswered points there for Poplarville to take that game. There was 14-7, and then it ended up being 42-21. So, again, 7 teams come in tonight. 6 could make it. 4 are left in 4 different classes. Can we get 4 different coast teams in a state championship game? And as you said, you saw that graph that was done for you, for all of us, where it's, the coast got something to say, and just don't get swept next week. But let's enjoy tonight's victories for the coast teams.
I'll be hurt, man. They'll be having to get me out the Biloxi Bridge, man. There's something like that happen, man.
Yes. And then what I mentioned in the pregame bingo, which not take away from the state champion, the playoff wins here tonight, but since last week when we were on at this time, what has happened within that week where now you have 3 coast teams looking for coaches, and Bay High, Hancock, and Moss Point, right. And then they come out with the new regions that are kind of, I said earlier that normally you have majority of a coast team in a region. They have like 3 out of 5 in a region. I have it up on my Facebook page, but it's kind of different there. And of course, 7A now has 7 teams, where they thought Harrison Central was going to move up.
Yeah, the teams in 7A now are going to have like a bye week during region.
That or schedule a game. You can schedule a game, obviously, but I don't want to take. I mean, I know that's another show, another video we can certainly talk about it. But yeah, that's a different. Just looking at your team there with Gosha, who's moving up. That Hancock, Long Beach, Pascagoula.
We just got there. We just got that 5A.
I'm just looking now. I forget now. They got Picayune again. Oh, I didn't realize that they got Gosha, Hancock, Long Beach, Pascagoula, PRC, Picayune in 6A.
Which is stupid, man. Like, they need to take Picayune and PRC or one of them type of teams like that over there, and West Harrison or somebody like that, put them over that way, because travel wise it coincides with what that area has, like Hancock, like that team like PRC, Picayune, what other team I just named? West Harrison. Those teams are closer to get to like a Hattiesburg or that side of the 6A. Why they ain't do that?
I don't know. You're talking about your team that you have your hands on somewhat with the media. George County is Forest Hill, Hattiesburg, Jim Hill, Terry, and West Jones. So that's the only coast team is George County in that class there, and it's pinned up to the top of the page here at Coast Football on the Facebook page. So, but again, a lot of things happen in a week. With the 3 team, Bay High, and then Hancock was kind of surprising. He really didn't have. He was let go.
Let me get Dave right real quick. First of all, ain't nobody scared to play Picayune nothing.
Yeah,
you see, I sent them dogs at them tonight. It's playoff Picayune. I know what they about, but ain't nobody scared to play nobody, David. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna play whoever they put in front of us, and any team. Ain't nobody scared to play nobody.
It is. I kind of led to that bingo because I said, oh, you got Picayune because you lost to South State. I say Gaucher lost to South State to Picayune a couple years ago. So yeah, Gaucher.
I bet they won't beat us now. I guarantee they won't beat us now. We ain't the same Gaucher.
Well, we'll find out next year. But like I said, that's a whole different show. I know we were going to try to go.
Now it's back smoke. Now they know what's up. Now they know what is up. Woo! Ooh, they get back them up. They know what's up.
I was, but that's a whole totally different show that we were going to go live that night, but it was so late. I think it was Tuesday night that they came out with the regions, and again, there's a lot of different teams. Even in 5A, East Central, Stone, Van Cleve. Then you have Northeast Jones, Purvis, and Wayne County. So again, 3 coast teams and 3 non-coast teams, which is a little bit different.
Who is it? Dakota. Little Dak Prescott.
Yeah, West Point is from the north, and they are pretty good. So he's just saying, is Gaucher going to be happy to win and make it to the state championship? Hey, we made it state championship. We're good. They want. That's right. I imagine. But West Point is the dogs of the north. I'm looking up at their they're 8-3. Let me see.
Nobody care, Wasani. What how you say Wasani?
They won. They won last year. They're the defending state champions. That is West Point. So
y'all stuck on the past. That's what they is, Matt. All these folks that coming up with me right now, they stuck in the past, man. All they keep talking about the past. The past is over with, Jack. We need to worry about right now, 2024. That's what you need to be worried about and get ready for 25 and them Gators coming. So and I'm coming with them.
So that's what the so again so you are playing next week to go to Gaucher. That's what you're.
I'm going home, man. Hold on, man. I think you realize what's going on.
You going what shirt you can't fit into it now, Bingo. Don't try to stretch it out.
Oh, I can fit into this.
Because you played in what 2006, 7?
No, I wish. I played in 03.
03. Can you fit in it?
Yeah.
Oh, that ain't your original jersey.
No, this is a replica. You can buy this from me though.
That was your number, right? I'm assuming.
That's my number. Yeah, 52? I'm in the frame. I'm in my frame back there with Devin Booker. I'm framed up, man. My original OG Gator.
So yeah, to go to Gaucher and Gaucher, that would be their first state championship game. Again, Ocean Springs, who's in it. Ocean Springs has been to state championship. They've only been once. Again, in that 2004 season, because that's when they beat Oak Grove in the South State, but they lost to South Panola 39-21. Picayune, obviously, we know been to state. Poplarville, we obviously know been to state. So Gaucher is the only one that has yet to been to a state championship. Again, they just went to South State. They haven't been in South State at all now 3 straight years. I mean, Coach High has that team in Irving. I mean, he's getting offers left and right. He's just I have to watch the highlights for them to come out with a 28-27 victory. I mean, they won, but a little bit closer. I didn't think they were going to beat Wayne County like they did 31-8, I believe, earlier in the season. But I did project, which I did miss one game tonight, and I was at Pascagoula, so I went 5-1. But I had a 37-24, so to win by 7, I knew it was somewhat going to be close, but to win by 1, hey, that's pretty good for Gaucher to win these close games. So they have been playing several close games. So I thought we were gonna get Boz on here, but it's Tony bring up or see if you want to bring
David
anybody on.
I tell you, David coming for me.
That jersey lost.
Yeah, he on my ass tonight, man.
What what fan is he? I
don't know.
What team?
He don't even got his real picture, so he'll troll.
Yeah. So that's fine. I shared it with the state page, so maybe it'll go on there. Oh, I was starting to read something, but I didn't read what. But yeah, Gaucher, again, a 1-score game last week. They beat Natchez. They had a 1-score game against Columbia. They beat them. They beat Pascagoula in overtime, but at 1 score. They beat Harrison Central the first game of the year in 1 score. So, all of a sudden, they're winning. But coming into it, they beat Stone 35-7, beat Laurel 42-6. You figure, okay, Gaucher is going to be rolling into the playoffs. They have Natchez, and they win 36-30, and then they win tonight 28-7. You probably ask Coach High, it don't matter how it wins, as long as you get the W. You don't care if you win by 1 or 101. So, it's what I guess the fans are expecting them to get a little bit bigger win against Wayne County, but blocking that 2-point conversion, they got the win. So Gaucher, for the third straight year, will go to South State, losing again 2 years ago. Picayune lost last year to Laurel, and Laurel was not even, of course, there. They are out and gone. So it's Gaucher's favorite. It's their game to lose. I mean, their favorite. So we still got to go out there and play it. You know that.
Yep.
We still got to go out there and play it. So
it's been an honor and a privilege that to be able to walk the sidelines of the teams on the coast, and this is good. Like last year, man, like it didn't feel good us not being at the state championship game, because we normally be at the state championship game rooting on whoever from the coast make it. Like when it gets to points like this, yeah, you have your team, but at that point, you're just trying to get as many gold balls as possible in the coast, because them country boys up north, they don't like us down here because we got pretty women. It look better down here. We're from the coast, they from the SIP, two different places. You know what I'm saying? The coast is its own entity, and they hate that about us because we pop our shit down here. Everything look good. Everybody got money down here. Life is good down here on the coast. Them boys can only fathom what that look like. That's why they so good in football up north. That's all they got. Dirt roads and cornfields,
I would say we got a beach, but I'm not saying it's a blue water beach, but still
it's a beach.
That's where you see teams go out there in the summer and all that, where they have practices and have family team camaraderie drills.
And coast is the Calabasas of Mississippi.
So yes,
everybody want to come down here.
It is. So, but again, you're talking about six games tonight. All home teams won tonight, so home field advantage is pretty big there when it comes to playoffs.
Coach Bramlett was right. You make your schedule tough against teams you think you will see again in the playoff. So when you see them again, because lightning do not strike in the same place twice. It's hard to beat a team twice in the same season. Like I said, David and Picayune, the only one did it. They beat my Gators twice in the same season, and they beat my Rebels in the same season twice. But Picayune different. They not coast. They 601 boy. They not coast. If you a coast boy, if you rep that 228, only 228 people are coast. Everybody else just coastal counties. But the coast is 228 from the point to the bay.
Any other great comments?
Oh no, I just I get on my soapbox, man.
Oh yeah.
I take offense to when people try to come for me and my people, man. Here on the coast, man, we all we got. It's the coast versus everybody.
Yes, and we need Ocean Springs needed to get that win tonight. It was, again, their defense won the game tonight. I mean, see, Chopper had that one that really put the nail in the coffin on that long run.
Ooh, boy, when he hit that, man, I was like, oh my God, he just appeared out of nowhere, man. Like, you just see our next thing, when he gone, he's out of here. Man, David, I love you, bro, man. He talking about, bro, I love y'all, man. Piggy, I'm all family up there, man. I'm finna come up there and we finna tailgate next season. It's going to be back up like how it was the good old days.
Yeah, on the broadcast there with Ocean Springs, they had said that Coach Bramlett had changed the play right beforehand. Now, I don't know how but on that long touchdown run when Chopper ran it.
I don't even know.
I know you don't know, but that's what the I forget his name, the sideline reporter guy that had said it. So, I mean, he's there on the sideline. He can hear, what's happening. So, if that's the case, that's even more, the case. So welcome in Boz there. Bingo and Boz. So I'm gonna step out, but no, Bingo. Boz, what's happening? Where were you at tonight?
Bob sleep. Bob was at the game sleep, man, in the bleachers.
Was it?
Man,
sleeping?
Man, sleep. All he do is sleep.
In Ocean Springs, he wasn't with the
that man was in the bleachers.
Pound.
Cold as it was, he up there sleep.
No, I wouldn't sleep now. I wouldn't sleep, man.
But that's where you were, right? At Ocean Springs.
Yeah, I went to the Ocean Springs game. It was good. It was good. I'm pretty sure y'all talked about it, but it was a good game, man. That defense is probably
to
a state championship, man.
Now they got Brandon. Of course, that's obviously, is the number one team according to Max Preps. So
Deserve that too. Brandon, tough team. I saw them play Gulfport this year, so
Oh, it's
Yeah.
by 40.
it's by 40.
yeah, they beat Brandon one time in 2005, 19-12. Ocean Springs did. So they played in 2005, 11, 12, 15, 16. So they haven't played, that much. And last time they played was 2022 in that South State. And that's when Brandon beat them 34-31.
That was a good game too, man. I think OS should have won that one there, man. I forgot what happened, man. I think was that Bray Hubbard's last game
That was
as a Greyhound?
great last year. What happened was it was like they kicked the long field goal to beat OS to win the game, like literally. And it was like they converted like a 3rd and 17.
Yeah, they threw the ball and the kid, he gave up the pass at the end. Yeah,
Crazy.
man, I remember that now.
Yeah, I think they have that picture of a player helping. I don't know if it was Bray, but Ocean Springs player up there. But yeah, Brandon, like I said, they won the one game against them, and they won tonight. Brandon did win their game tonight, but they have to travel down to Ocean Springs. I mean, they're 4-1 on the road, but Brandon, they beat Oak Grove 31-27. If that matters anything, Ocean Springs just beat Oak Grove.
Nobody said Picayune can't pass. They just won't.
I know. Yeah, they don't. If you don't need to,
they just.
And when they do pass, it mainly goes for a touchdown.
A touchdown. When they do pass, it go for a touchdown.
It's a tight end, in the seam for it. So that game again, they were trailing. Picayune was trailing at halftime, just like they did, against Gulfport, and they came back and won. I don't know if they trailed the Ocean Springs. I was trying to get the box score, but it wouldn't post it on there. It wouldn't post the box score to see if they were trailing or not. But that's good. Hey, Coach Stogner, I mean, when your team doesn't necessarily panic, some players that age is like, man, we're down, even though they were down by just a score. But, hey, it's almost like we've been here before. So we fixing it. It was 21-14 George County at halftime. And then it was just deuce. It was just all heck broke loose. 63-40. Picayune defeats George County. So that was Deuce's last game.
The end of an era, man. We got to see one of the best man, people don't realize how good Deuce Night is, man. Like, them folks, I like it, like when I go to games and people stop me and they talk to me and they were like, hey, man, what's up with that Night kid, man? Is he as good as they say he is? What? Fuck you been? Excuse my language, but who you been? Like, what have you been watching? Like, this man passed the eye test and everything. And then when you watch him, you actually see the 5-star intangibles that make him what he is. Like, I think people just be hating on him, bro. They don't want to see kids like him be successful, bro. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think also with him being hurt, those few is 3 weeks or so, if not 4, that kind of took him out the picture there as far as not playing. But yeah, it was the same way back in the day. I say back in the day when Dylan Favre and Miles Brennan, 63 passing touchdowns in a season. Bingo, 63. Yeah. That was you talking about going to watch, and of course you had to have the receivers. I mean, that game back then it was great. Now seeing it again, I mean, with Deuce and I was trying to Silas Quarter with his passing. Of course, his season came to an end tonight. Unfortunately, they lost 33-17.
Tonight was the end of an era, man. There's a lot of good players rolled off into the sunset tonight, man.
Yeah, Pascagoula was well balanced defense and offense, and now
look at Josh talking about Deuce overrated. Ain't no way you can think that, man. When you got Lane Kiffin down here in George County vying for him to come bring his services to Ole Miss.
Nah, he's not overrated. I think he's just being funny though.
Josh got to be. You got to be, Josh. Tell us you joking, Josh, please.
Yeah. And of course, it will be a much heated rivalry next year because it's a region game, Pascagoula and Gaucher, since they're now back in the same region with, of course, Picayune, Hancock, Long Beach, and PRC. So, this past, 2 years, it was a non-region game. They still wanted to win, most definitely, Pascagoula and Gaucher. But now it's it counts per se because it's going to count toward home field advantage, count toward region title.
Right.
You know, so
and just think, people think, oh, Gaucher gonna fall off after this. Man, we don't never fall off, man. We reload. We don't never fall off. We're a honey hole. It's so much talent down here, don't make no sense, man. You can just, it's a honey hole, man. For real, man. It's a honey hole. We the small version of Gulfport over here.
yeah,
Ain't number talent though. It's just a portal of talent over here, man. It just
agree.
ain't number a
It's
bunch
always
of
been like
athletes.
that.
Huh?
It's always been athletes in Gaucher.
It ain't number a bunch of we ain't got no fat boys, but it's a bunch of athletes over here, man, that you can put in any position and they gonna play. You just gotta have a good leader with a vision, like Coach High. Coach High is a great coach with a great vision.
Great
players
coach.
buy in to what he's selling. That's why the boys will go out there and play their hearts out for Coach High.
Isn't Trey?
I agree.
Is he? He's not a senior, Trey Irvin.
Trey's a senior, yeah.
Hey, why I keep thinking he's younger than
I thought it was a junior. I thought Trey Irvin was a junior.
No,
He
lost
I know
he got hurt last year, remember?
I know he got an
lost
offer because I'll share it on Tuesday, but he's getting several offers. But you know, like Moody from George County, he committed to East Mississippi. Trey got an offer for East Mississippi, along with other places there. So
it's just getting started for Trey because they got onto him late. You know what I'm saying? They were overlooking him. All they were looking at was the pretty people. You know, they ain't think this man was finna come and win 5A Mr. Football and throw for 3,000 yards and rush for 1,000 and have 40 touchdowns. They didn't expect that. That's why they shouldn't do all them awards, you know what I'm saying, before the season start. Trey Irvin is clearly a top 5 quarterback in the state of Mississippi in a loaded class already of quarterbacks for the class of 25. Man, there's so many quarterbacks coming out down here. Like, It's crazy, man, how many quarterbacks we have in the state of Mississippi this year.
Yep. We certainly do. So what was your thoughts, Boz, on the game itself? Did you have that sinking feeling when Ocean Springs, you ran the ball down there inside the 5-yard line and couldn't get any points on the ball?
I thought it was going to happen like it was last year. I was like, man, please, no, deja vu. Like, they had 2 sequences where the snap was high and it went over Chopper's head, and then Chopper mishandled the snap. I was like, man, please, no. And then they missed the field goal. I was like, man.
And then the fumble. And the fumble.
The fumble before, like, with 4 minutes left in the game. But what I took away from this game is Ocean Springs defense pretty much can win the state championship for OS. That's how powerful they was led by BJ Osmer. Like he has 23. This is why I text you, Matt. What was the record for sacks in the year? He has 23 right now. He got 5 tonight. Like I always mess with BJ. I say, BJ, you're gonna have to redo your huddle again.
Yes.
Like you're gonna have to redo. He started laughing at me. He said, I got you, coach. And it was just so good to see, that defense play at a high level. They played at a high level tonight.
They did. And they're young defense. Like I said, lost a lot of starters. So I mean they have grown over the season, and I know Bingo's real good friends with the defensive coordinator. What's his name, Bingo?
For who? Ocean Springs,
Coach Carter. Yeah, you and him are real close friends. Don't say it, Bingo.
He said, hey, man, you got to stop that great value stuff, calling us our defense great value.
So you got to stop calling great value, man. That was funny. He said that. He said that. That's exactly what he said to Bingo after the game.
He said, hey, man, you got to stop that great value stuff.
So that's all. Yeah, we talked about it already with Bingo and why he was calling it. And I could somewhat see because there were a young, team coming up. They, not many accolades, not many offers because they're a young defense coming up, and they've just grown throughout the season and making plays tonight. I watched the majority of that game, and they came up big with that pick six. I'm not pick six because he didn't make it to the end zone, and then the quarterback slid and tackled him. They threw a flag, but I mean, and then Chopper with that long touchdown run. I mean, you just feel it just, to make it to South State to practice during Thanksgiving week, now we have 4 teams in 4 different classes. So, that would be, so we've had 2 teams make it to state, 4 teams, even 3. I mean, there's a good, again, Picayune hosting Hattiesburg, Ocean Springs hosting Brandon, Gaucher hosting Brookhaven, and Poplarville at Forest, you would just have to think that one or two, if not possibly all four can make it. I mean, there's just looking on paper, I haven't looked at Forest to see exactly, but Poplarville's they playing great ball, and like I said, I didn't think it was going to be a one-score game like it has been, and it wasn't. And then Gaucher thought it was going to be a little bit more different scoring wise, but they came through and won at 28-27. Except we were told that Nicholson, is that his name, Nicholson, right?
Yeah,
Fred
Nicholson that blocked the 2-point conversion. They were going for 2 points, and so that's how Gaucher ended up winning. That's back-to-back games that they've won, one-score game, and already went over. They've already won the first game of the year by 1 score with Harrison Central, and then beat Pascagoula in that 1-score game in overtime, beat Columbia 42-41, in that 1 score. And then last week, 36-30, and then tonight. So Gaucher is primed. I think it's
time.
It
time.
Is.
That's all you got to say.
But
it's
the players, if they're watching, you still got to obviously put in the work.
Unc got there right now. Just let me do the talking right now. Y'all just play. We should do it right now. Perfect time, man. That's all it is. It's our time, man.
Hey, I hope so, man.
Don't let he can't put that helmet on. He's been trying for weeks now, for a month.
Cole High didn't give me one I can fit, man.
Because he didn't want you to go on the field.
They medium, man. I can't do nothing with no medium.
He thinks you're going to go on the field and try to get back in the game.
I tried before. The AD told me, "Hey, you supposed to be here as a media person. You ain't supposed to be out here running around like
you still got a year eligible or a game of eligibility."
Oh no, I was a 5th-year senior. I had to go back for another year. I'm done. I didn't use up medical red shirt years.
COVID. He done missed the COVID year. He got everything.
Dang. But yeah, we plan on being that Thursday night, Ocean Springs 7-8. That Thursday night game is when they'll play, and then Friday night is that when I said Gaucher will play Friday night, and then 6A is Saturday night. Of course, they have Poplarville. Now you're gonna make me.
It'll be Thursday night also.
Is it Thursday? That's what I'm fixing to. I got it right here. 4A, as you said. No, but nope. That's 3A is Thursday. 4A is usually, and it's still there on Saturday at 3:30.
So we'll have 4 and 6A on Saturday, and Saturday 5A. So we driving back up there, or we just getting us a room, man?
I usually
stay
drive
right by there. I stay right there, so it's gonna be.
You stay up there,
man. I stay about 45 minutes from
USM.
Damn near.
Man. So I mean, it's not going to be easy games next week, even with Picayune at home. I mean, I know I keep saying Coach Stogner has never lost 3 games at home in the season. So, he's been there since 2020. Now you got Hattiesburg, the only undefeated 6A team, coming in 11-0.
Tough game. Yeah. Godly.
With their deuce. He just beat a deuce tonight. Now he got a deuce next week. Right. He already beat a deuce.
Young Chan, bro. You can't stop a moving train. You can't stop a moving train, man. Like I like Picayune Chan. Playoff P. That's what I call him, man. Playoff P. This team is they had to hate on them last year in South State by suspending Chris Davis. Remember that? Number 6. They suspended him for South State. He didn't get to play in the game.
Correct. They didn't against West Jones. They did not. So in fact, that showed up on my timeline, the incident where he got a flag. Where he waved to the camera, did whatever.
All he did was walk into the camera and point at it like, and they gave him a penalty for that.
Yeah, that was a second penalty. So once you get your second,
they were hating
suspended.
Yeah, they were hating.
And so
that's another thing too. We don't talk about the refs, but we got to talk about the refs this game. Boy, it's these refs that they sent down here from where they said they come from at the coast. We got the Pine Belt refs, don't we?
I know last week we had Hattiesburg. Ocean Springs had Hattiesburg. I don't know where they come tonight, where they are from.
Tonight they were just letting them boys play out there, man. It was so much like the game was getting chippy, man. Like they were just letting them play tonight, like
they did stop them though. They stopped them. It was one incident when They was Ocean Springs was on the way to score that third touchdown where they had to bring the coaches in the middle of the field and kind of like dispute anything that was going on.
Yeah.
And they did a
Ocean
good
Spring
job of that, but
they
they
got a hell of a coaching
they,
staff. I got to give
they do.
them like their pride. They got a hell of a coaching staff, man. Like just the way they operate, the way they work with each other, the way that like is you just gotta see it, man. You just gotta be there to see it, like, and you'll see like why that you'll have so much like you'll just see, you know, this guy you gotta see it. Like I can't describe it right now, you know, because it's still new to me just this year, but it's just something about their coaching staff, man. Like they really, it's like they're extra players on the field with the players. They had that connection with their players out there. Like it's a unique thing. Like it's very authentic and unique. And because that most of the coaches there are from Ocean Spring, you know. So and they know what that Greyhound football is supposed to look like, because these like me and about to tell you, man, that OS shift happened in 2003 when the thing started to turn around for the Greyhound season. After that, these last 20 plus years, man, they've been a program that the only thing they ain't got is that gold ball, and that's a lot of teams on the coast. We only got like 4 or 5 teams that won a state championship from the coast out of 24 teams.
Yes.
D'Iberville, Moss Point,
St. Stanislaus,
Pascagoula.
Yeah. So it's 14.
Yeah, that's it. You know, like we ain't had nobody come down like just come down just raising hell like that. You know, like so the minute you win one, you there. You got you one. Can't nobody take nothing. They can't take it away from you. You are immortal. You are a legend, and you know what I'm saying? Like you got people from Pascagoula, they can't stop talking about that 87 championship, man. Like,
that was the first perfect, what I call perfect season. Picayune just tied them in that perfect season when you go undefeated and when you go undefeated the whole year. That is a perfect season, and only 2 teams, Pascagoula in 87 with Shane Matthews, and I believe the defensive back, was on that team. Buckley, what's his nickname? D-Buck? Yeah, T-Buck. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, yes, that team there
actually had a whole bunch of NFL players in there. Kez McCorvey, like you say, Terrell Buckley, Shane Matthews.
They were loaded.
That team that team probably they had over 20-some Division I signees. Like,
and they had like 6 shutouts. They had 6 shutouts too.
For real. Like, I sat down and talked to Carlos Moe about that team because he played on that team, and like that's a special team, man. Like it was voted by USA Today like one of the greatest high school teams of all time. Like I would talk my note. I was still like almost 40 years later, and ain't nobody really duplicated what you done yet. You know,
first of all, it's not gonna be. And like Terrell Buckley had like 12 interceptions that year. Like
he has as a sophomore. Like Terrell Buckley was a sophomore that year.
Yeah, he has the coach record, even though I'm hearing he's questioning it, but I'd have him down for like 13 of them.
Yeah,
you know,
he told me 13. Till you fix that, Matt.
I need to see some kind of but I'm looking at their schedule from that 87 where they, had Theodore, Alabama 29-0. They started off Theodore, Alabama 29-0, Macomb 44-0, Escatawba, Florida 17-0. So 3 straight shutouts, and then Gulfport 27-6, Picayune 31-7, Callaway 27-0, Biloxi 35-4. These are the 4 region games. Well, no, they're showing that's when they had it funky back then. They had 4 teams in a region. Ocean Springs 29-17, Harrison Central 42-12, Moss Point 14-0. They went on to win. In fact, this was, I want to say this is the last shutout. Last week, Pascagoula had that shutout. I think that was the last time they had a shutout was in this 87 where they beat Harrison Central 34-0. Then Warren Central 21-14, and then at home against Clinton 14-7. Now it's kind of close. Went on to beat Greenwood 27-7 to have 14-0 there. Pascagoula again. Picayune, just matched that recently, but yeah, to have a perfect season like that, that's icing on the cake there. So But a lot of teams, like say, making it to the South State playoffs, just to make it to the playoffs, is the South State is doggone good. We know that.
Yeah, it is.
Man, yeah, that team was crazy. I
So
had
yes,
coach
there was.
Yeah.
Junior Smith.
Absolutely.
Junior Smith was when I first started coaching. He was on that staff, and he was the offensive line coach at Gulfport when I first started coaching. He would always talk about the '87 team. Shabazz, that was the greatest team ever.
I don't know.
Ever.
That was a year I actually graduated. I'm a little bit older than you guys, so I wasn't into football per se then. Till I was more military, going into military. In fact, the night I graduated at the Coliseum, went off the stage and went to New Orleans that night.
Went
The
straight
gates
to
were-
middle.
Straight to the middle. It
Yeah,
was
they wanted
straight
me
to
the
it.
day. They wanted me the day before. I said I got to
You don't get no
graduate.
summer.
So, but the Picayune 2022, of course, 15-0. So that's a perfect season because they went undefeated and took out
Played
West
one more
Point
game.
31-21. So, again, all these teams and the teams who made the playoffs, and even if you didn't make the playoffs, for these players and stuff, don't think that people, are not watching you and what you do, during the season. Just because, like I said, it goes to show Moss Point didn't win a game. First time in 1952 or so, they got 2 All-Stars on their team. So that's because you don't win a game. Yes, it's disappointing, but you still strive there and don't, and most of them won't go to the next level. Some of them don't want to play football at JUCO or at next level. That's fine. That's fine. So we try to shine the light on those players that do. And here on Tuesdays, I'll post again the people who got offers, and are committed. I'll share them on Tuesday if they tag me on either Facebook or on Twitter. Sometimes you got to shine the light on yourself because I try to follow. I can't follow everybody. I try to, but so it's like Pascagoula posting tonight. They just posted. Not the way they wanted to end, but that's a wrap for 2024. We're extremely proud of each and every one of our Panthers. You left a positive mark on this program and community. Again, Pascagoula did lose tonight at the undefeated Harrison Hattiesburg Tigers 33-17. And, Loper and Silas Quarter, just to name a couple of them, are done.
No,
Action
Loper
Jackson.
oh, hey, Matt, you wrong. Pascagoula only had probably like 2 or 3 senior starters. That team coming back loaded.
Parnell, they had
Yeah,
Parnell.
Loper coming back. Tylen Wilson coming back.
Well, there you go.
Man, look, that whole team.
Oh, and then their backup quarterback who
Glaud.
played in Hancock. How you
Glaud.
say Glaud?
Yeah,
Glaud, I believe.
Yeah, Glaud. Yeah.
He
Man,
did pretty good at Hancock.
And they get the running back. All the running backs come back. Amari Jackson, Sean Norvell, the receivers. They probably losing one receiver. That's Jacobian May. That team loaded, bro. They losing 4-star linebacker Jalen Parnell to he going to Louisiana Tech. But just about everybody else coming back.
Oh, I feel bad for Gaucher then.
Don't feel bad for we beat them this year. What are you talking about?
You alternate wins. You guys alternate wins.
Man, that was their first time beating us the year before in like 4 or 5 years. Like we went on a tear after they beat us for 10 straight years. We reversed the tables on them.
But as they say, next season it counts because it's a region game.
Oh, it's a region game, man. That
adds a little bit more to it because it could be for a region title.
The last game of the year, man.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
They could. Well, I say they could. I don't know what they, what already has scheduled. Obviously, I don't know. And now with the new region, they have to see how they
probably will be the last game. Now that you said,
you would think. You would think they would.
We used to play Picayune last.
I remember that too.
And of course, you got Picayune in the division there. But yes, I'm looking. There was 3 games. It was a while that Pascagoula won. We've gone over from 2010 to 2019. They won. Pascagoula won, and then Gaucher won. Gaucher won 20, 21, 22, and Pascagoula won in 23. Then Gaucher won in 24. So
Gaucher should have won 23. It was it was just You know, that was our first game without our starting quarterback. Kelvin Beavers played quarterback that game. That was his first time playing quarterback at varsity level, and we still should have won. It just you know, a couple plays you
Injury
can take
bug.
back here and there. He still played a phenomenal game, but Tylen Wilson was finally emerging at that time. And he had a hell of a game that game, man. So, like, if you go back and watch that game, like, that game is always an instant classic. Always.
Instant. I got my
Always.
first experience of the Singing River Classic.
You done been the last 2 years, ain't you? Little 2 or 3 years.
Well, I've been to I've been the last 3. I've been the last 3.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, it's a good game, man, for real.
That game, that was the best game out. That was the best Singing River Classic, the one I went to this past year, because it was like it went to like the last. It went to the end, literally the last play. That was a good game.
That was your first one in the swamp.
That was my first one in the swamp.
Yeah, that was the first over. They started the series in 2002 in overtime. And
that was when I played. I played in the very first game, Singing River Classic.
What? Then y'all fell short. What happened?
No, we didn't. We beat them boys. We won like.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at Pascagoula.
So Matthew, I don't lose to Gula.
Oh, dang.
I don't lose to Gula, man.
What was the final score?
24-17 in overtime.
No, so you don't even know that. So
you
have the
34, 34. It was 34 to 20.
You have the 4. You have the 4 and the 7, right? Just a different number in the front.
It was 34-27.
There you go. 34-27.
It was an overtime. It was an overtime win. They got the ball first we got the ball first in overtime, scored, got on defense, and they threw an interception on like the first drive, first play, and we won. Celebrating. First ever Singing River Classic, my senior year.
There you go. At least
that's why I'm so passionate about that. I kicked it off. I was out there. We kicked it off. Me and my class, we kicked that off, man. We won. We went on after that, won 6 straight games. And then Coach Nelson retired, and they hired Coach Hudson as the head coach, and he just let the program just whoo. And then they let Coach Peterson come. He's just like, I'm gonna make the program go in the door. And them two took our program and turned it into a meaningful nothing. It took Coach High to rise from the ashes like a phoenix to save us.
And he's done in Gaucher.
Oh man.
Coach High embodies what Gaucher is. When the school was first built, when we first got there in the late 90s and 97 and 99, when I got there as a young pep, like a young ninth grader in 99, that was Coach High's first year as a coach, fresh out of college, Arkansas State. He come there and he became the D-line coach in 1999, my freshman year. So he knows what it means to be a Gaucher Gator. So he left, went off, became a coach at East Central Van Cleve, and came right back home and got us right back where we got. That's where we at.
Yep. Coach Don Nelson did good.
Nelson did real good, man.
71-39. Now
check my dog.
His overall record.
Check him out. Playoff P right here. Check him out. Coach
Stogner.
Coach Stogner, man.
Yeah, I have to wait and see when he posts his on X his pimp walk to see what it is, and you see. Of course, Silas Quarter posted on X, with his back and the ball thrown in the air, and thank you, Pascagoula. So that was 38 minutes ago. Yeah. So yeah, he had a great career at Pascagoula.
Man, if Silas would have won that state championship, I was gonna put Silas over Shane Matthews.
Yeah, and he threw some good balls tonight.
And I wish anybody would have came at me trying to come at me for that, because he broke all the man records.
Yes, he did. He did
all Shane records, man. For almost 40 years, he broke all that man records. Only thing he didn't get was that doggone ring, man. And why?
Yeah.
When he leave, that's when Gula gonna do it. What? That's when they gonna do it, man. Like Tennessee Volunteers in the 90s when they had Peyton Manning, and then when Manning leave, they win it with T. Martin.
Yep, and it's not that we feel. Sorry, sad. Oh, he's going. It's just one chapter. So he's going. USM, or even if he didn't play football at the next level, he still feel good. One season, a lifetime of memories.
Yeah, he's so funny, man. Time I forgot we beat Gaucher tonight. That was George County running back, man. You gonna get out my boy Brandon Gaucher, man? Brandon Gaucher he'll be back next year. So you got 6A picking. You don't got George County now. Pascagoula, Gaucher. Yeah, we here. Hancock still there. They got a young emerging quarterback once they find him a new coach.
Yeah, in fact, I know his dad, so his dad texts me and like I say, sometimes you gotta shine the light on your son, on your I say on your son or whoever you have.
What's the kid name from Hancock? Man, he's gonna be good.
Cody. Yeah, yeah, his and I shared it. He got
K.
Yeah. But anyways, when I
go ahead.
No. I'm gonna find it right. I mean, I know Cody, I know it, but his son's name is Kayson. It's Kaison. And in fact, I posted a picture of him, a video today of him working at. It's not there's no off season just because he's out the playoffs. There is no off season. But talking about your Gaucher bingo, they just posted 26 minutes ago on Facebook. It's official. Your Gaucher Gators have emerged victorious in an absolute thriller, taking down the Wayne County War Eagles 28-27 in the second round playoffs. The Gators' determination and grit have paid off, and they're now headed to South State Championship against Brookhaven Panthers next Friday. The stage is set for the battle in the swamp. Let's make some noise and get Bingo a bigger helmet so he can play. But no, they didn't add that part, but they said make some noise and cheer on our Gators. So I will share that post. Well, I think I already shared it. I have to make sure. But so yes, it's, teams are all excited. I know there has to be some losers. Unfortunately, Stone lost, George County lost, Pascagoula lost, but you have Ocean Springs 7A, Picayune 6A, Gaucher 5A, and 4A Poplarville next week, all in South State.
Woo! The 4 horsemen. Let's get it, fellas.
The 4 horsemen after they eat turkey that day before. I'm telling you, it's a Poplarville. They've been there a lot. So as far as the practice for Thanksgiving, that's what you want to do is the practice, for Thanksgiving. So and even obviously the week after. So that is what as the teams are posting again on X and on then. Some of the teams obviously losing and some of them winning. So
it ain't nothing like that that Thanksgiving practice, man. Being able to experience that as a grown man and going to Gaucher's, watching their open practice on Thanksgiving, man, and then feeding them after the practice and stuff like that, man. It's just you see the quarterback club. They do an amazing job for the last 2 years of doing that with the Gators, man. We done got accustomed to this now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But they do a great job. Our guys, they look forward to it. Now I know one of our coaches, man, Coach Blanks, our inside linebacker coach. His motto has been all year preaching to his guys: don't blank up Thanksgiving. Don't mess up Thanksgiving. So they didn't, and we'll be celebrating Thanksgiving in the swamp this year. Home field advantage. We get to cook at the house this year. You know what I'm saying? So the Brookhaven Panthers are in the way of what we're trying to get.
Yes, and not to be satisfied with the South State. You've been to South State. Now you want to take that next step. And you guys are favored. You're at home, 19-game home winning streak. I mean,
he gonna ask this question and know darn well where I'm gonna be at next week.
Well, I mean, you thought you may be in Ocean Springs. I mean, you have,
Man, look, this is the first time ever Gaucher has had South State at home at the swamp at Vaughn Wallace, the house that Bingo helped build. I will not miss this for anything in the world. It's gonna take the big man upstairs to stop me from going to that game next week.
I wish they would stream it.
That's what let me work on that. Let me talk to the AD. If I talk to the AD about bringing the stuff in there, getting it set up, we going live, buddy. I'm gonna pay that $750. I'm gonna have to reach out to some sponsors, which I know it ain't gonna be hard to get that money for.
Stone did it. Stone County just did that. They just
man. Look, I'm gonna talk to the AD this week. Let me work on that. So if I can get to go from that and get to pay the $750, man, and raise that to go do that, Bingo Media will be going live from the swamp. Boz, you gonna be free to call the game?
I was gonna be there anyway. I gotta be a part of historical.
This is history, bro.
Yeah,
this is history, man. Happened. These boys win this game, they go to state. We get to see like history. Like you was there when we got past Van Cleve to go to the second round for the first time. I mean, go to the third round. You was there with me. You don't even remember, do you?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I was there. I'm tripping. I'll be going to so many games. Look, I go to so many games.
You ain't finna miss history. I said, hey, bro,
Yeah.
if we win it, this will be the first
Sure
time we
was.
get
I was there. I was
and play
there.
Van Cleve. You was there.
I sure was there. I sure was. That night I actually went to 2 games that night. After Gaucher went up on Van Cleve, I went to check OS to play. I want to say they played Oak Grove. Yeah.
Of course, again, we go over at Gaucher's only team after 4 left that hasn't been to a state championship game. Of course, Ocean Springs has been. Of course, Coach Bramlett has not, just his second season, his first South State game. Hey. Coach Stogner, he's been there since 2020. He lost in the first round his first year, 2020. He won in 2021. He won in 2022. He played in South State in 2023, and now he's playing again. So his 4th straight Thanksgiving week practice is Coach Stogner there. And of course,
I acknowledge him. He's the tribal chief. He's brought home the gold, So I had to give him the Lafayette with the little thing that Roman Reigns put around the neck. Yeah.
So what's that?
Lafayette. What's the red thing? Solo got it now. He's a tribal chief now. He wearing it. The little thing, the Roman Reigns be ran around his neck.
Oh, you talking about the Lays? They call Lays.
No, they ain't call it Lays. This call it Lafalila or whatever it's called. But,
I know what you're talking about.
But the answer David's question about, because Hattiesburg is undefeated, they're 12-0. They should be hosting the South State Championship game.
I
mean, that's what somebody would think, that they would host it, but they rotate every year. They rotate every other year. This year, the South hosts. As long as you're the number 1 team in the South, you will host. So that's why Picayune is the number 1 team in the South, South region, Region 4. So they're hosting. If Picayune would have lost, then in the case of Poplarville goes to Forest. Poplarville's number 2 seed. Greene County, if you remember, won the region. If Poplarville would have won the region, they would be hosted. They've won. What did they won? Hornets. I got that stat here. Gosh, dog it. Now 17 straight home playoff games Poplarville has won. The last game that they lost at home was the Hornet Bowl 1. And if you saw that flashback I just did this past week, you talking about from players to the fans. I was there at the sideline of the Hornet Bowl 1 in touchdown Tony Brown. Bolden, I think you just mentioned his name earlier. Bingo, he was a running back of that game. I mean, it was standing. I watched the highlights. I watched the game this past week, but it's the anniversary of it 7 years ago. That's the last time Poplarville lost a home playoff game, but they got to go play on the road. Why? Because they're the second-ranked team in the South. Forest Hill is the number 1 team in the North, so that's why in case Hattiesburg is 12-0, but yet they got to go on the road because Picayune is the number 1 team. Now, if George County would have beat Picayune, then Hattiesburg would have host, but that's just the way it goes. Next year, the North will host as long as you're the number 1 seed in the North region per se, not North in the state, but we have 3A, 4A. So if you're in Region 3 and you're number 1 seed, you'll host all the way through the playoffs. That's the way it goes, and that's hopefully I answered your question right. So next year, if Hattiesburg's in the same position, they would host the South State Championship game. But again, Poplarville, and we go back to where, like I say, Coach Stogner in his 4th straight Thanksgiving Day practice, Gaucher in their 3rd straight, Coach High, Coach Bramlett in his first ever South State as a head coach there. And
my boy Coach B.
Coach Beach.
Coach B, yeah.
Coach Beach with Poplarville. I mean, unfortunately, they've been 4 state championship games and they've lost. But still, that's 4 South State championship games. I know a lot of people look at that. You've been there 4 times.
Take it right now. I would take that.
Sometimes I put out that question to the fans. Would you, want to go to state and lose all this or never go to state? Believe me, there's a lot of teams that, hey, Get me to state. Yes, I know if that's the consequence. If I know if you say I'm gonna lose 5 state championship games, but yet playing them. Some coaches may do that. Some of them may not. It's no. If you're telling me I'm going to lose 5, in this case 4 for Poplarville, I don't even want to go to state. That's like the NFL and Super Bowl. I mean, players, they obviously it hurts when you lose a state championship game, and they've lost some close ones. That 2-point conversion that they had. I hate to even bring that up against Louisville. 15-14, but they're at Forest Hill, Poplarville, and they won pretty handily tonight, 42-21 over Macomb. So that was, now to make it 17 straight home playoff games. But again, they'll be on the road next week. So the coaches are there to experience. They've all been there except for Coach Bramlett. But he's experienced a coach. As a head coach, the second season.
State championship, and he was at Clinton.
Coach Bramlett did.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, as Ocean Springs, I guess is what I'm saying.
He got some hardware already. He won up there at Clinton. He come from football royalty. His dad coach, his uncle, like he got pictures of him on the sideline as a little kid, man. He been coaching his whole life, man. He knew what he was gonna be. Documentary coming out soon.
I'm looking up to. I got a stat fact check you just to make sure to. Plus, I want to know. Coach Bramlett has no record of. I mean, as far as head coach.
He wasn't head coach. He was
okay, because they're not going to show up if he wasn't a head coach. But
he was up there with Coach Pinnock when they had Cam Akers and all.
I'll say Cam Akers. Yes. So yes, he has the experience there, Coach Bramlett. But as far as a head coach, I can say I feel against Brandon. Like I say, they can beat Brandon. Any of these teams here.
That's what Coach Bramlett from. He played at. He went to Brandon High School.
There you go. So the coaches show should be.
Ain't it?
Yeah, should be.
That's crazy.
Should be interesting then.
Shout out to Popville, Pop Vegas. Shout out to Poplarville, the Buffalo Bills of the coast. You know what I'm saying? They finna break that. They finna break that, Matt. They finna get over that. You know what I'm saying?
I certainly hope so.
Coach Beach, I got faith in you, Coach Beach. You know what I'm saying? You can do it. You can do it, my friend. You can do it. Poplarville, the Pop Vegas, Hornet.
Crazy.
They gonna do it this time. Why would I tell you? They gonna do it this time. I feel it every bit in my soul. They gonna win it. They gonna have that ring this year. Watch what I tell you. 4-8 going to Popville.
I'll be up there. I will certainly be up here. Yeah, we'll be up there. They play Saturday at that 3:30 time. That's when they've been playing. So
we got the 6th, 7th. No, we got the 5th, 6th, and 7th, right? Let me see. My daughter birthday.
Yeah, you said you got to do something on someday.
Yeah,
the 7A is Thursday night, 7:30. Now, I mean, 3A is 4:00, but we don't have a 3A team.
If I ain't got no coach team, I'm not watching.
I know, but and then Friday again at 4 is the 1A team. Now, I usually go up there with my cohort Wayne from MGCCC, who calls Stone games. We usually go up there and watch because watch teams you don't usually see or players you see. So we make a day of it, 2 days of it. Now it's 3 days of it. But 4 p.m. on Friday is 1A, and then 7:30 Friday night prime time would be Gaucher. So I'm really penciling them in, to be there on that Friday night. And then Saturday at noon, 2A starts. Of course, we don't have a 2A team. At 3:30 is the 4A. Now it'd be Poplarville. They make it. And then 7 o'clock to end the whole weekend would be once again Picayune. I know Bingo was there. You and I were there. The video shows up. We were there the last 2 when they won back to back. We were there the last time they won. So the rush to feed, be on the sideline. I went live a few times, and just the atmosphere on the sideline is great to turn to see the fans all up in there, and the hoist the goal ball. I got the picture with Dante, and you got a picture with him, and
it's to me holding up the trophy like I don't won that big.
You
couldn't tell me I wasn't on the team that day, man. I was out there having a ball with Picayune, man. Great memories, man. Great memories that day. That was my first time being on the winning side of a state championship on the court.
Oh, I've called St. Stanislaus on the radio when they won. I went down after the game. We finally went down, and Coach Forrest Williams was there. He was holding the goal ball. The coach, and Dylan Favre. Yeah, Bingo. He got a helmet that don't fit his head. Now he's trying to get a goal ball that's not his. So, but
Yeah. Hey,
we
man,
know
David, you need to be. Hey, man, them doggone belts y'all got in y'all trophy case. You know what I'm saying, G?
yeah, you gave out belts.
Y'all ain't gave y'all
The
two
pick-
belts, dog. Two of
I got me one.
them.
Yeah, I see we had it.
two of my belts, man.
I sure do. Let me pull my belt
Nah,
out.
you looking for? Look at
Yeah, he got his belt.
I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna pull it out just for a moment.
Looking like the
All right.
HBK back
Look
in
at it.
1992.
The Freebirds.
There you
or
go.
the
Cute. No,
Yeah.
sexy.
Ric Flair styling and profiling.
Yeah.
That's at Jeremy Forehand, like at wrestling. So yeah, I grew up there at the Coliseum to see Tony Atlas.
Yeah.
That
Man,
was
pretty
look
belt.
at that.
It's an
Still
OG
brand new.
belt, brand new, because nobody
International. Yeah. Might have to change that heavyweight to lightweight, but yeah, I'm seeing here on the Facebook play. Who's that? Capers, Felicia Capers posting with who's 88? Is that? It must be Little. Is that for the
Who?
Gators? For the Gators, they're showing a picture. Took a picture of him, and then he looks like 88. He's covering up his first number, so I guess it's Felicia Capers is with Tara Little. So I don't think that's his.
Oh, okay. I know you're talking
Big
about
98.
98. Yeah, Tafari Little. Yeah. He went
Yeah.
off tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, stuff like that. I'm fixing to share it. I mean, post your stuff. I'll share it, and that's why I feel that Coast Football, the Facebook page, try to make it a hub for all the fans, be it players, coaches, to come there and to see each other.
This the belt for this year.
Oh, he got the belt.
Uh-oh. You gonna pull it out.
As long as they don't put out no shoulder pads or helmet, he can't fit in that helmet. Boz, he can't fit in that helmet. He's been trying to lose that head, and he can't fit. So let me see. The 7A Madison at Tupelo is the North. So they will face Madison at Tupelo in the 7A championship. What's he got?
Oh, that's the Stone Cold version. Attitude version.
Stone.
Yeah. This the
Attitude.
one this year. I'm
Okay.
trying to get it. I'm trying to give one this away to whoever gonna be the tribal chief this year.
You better get 4 of them.
I got him.
Okay, because we could have 4 the first time ever
I got him.
to have 4.
I got him.
So-
Hey, I got him, man. That one thing
Very
we got
good.
over here. We
Very
got motion.
Very good.
Tell them, Bob, we got motion. Bob thought I was playing when I said happy birthday, handing them over the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh man, that man gave me a belt.
Man.
Birthday, Razor
I take
Ramon.
care of that, but yes, sir. The bad guy.
It is. So
I'm
what
playing a
I was-
ladder match.
Money in the bank or something.
Money in the bank.
We didn't have that back when I was watching wrestling down at the Coliseum with Dusty Rhodes and like say Tony Atlas, Junkyard Dog. I was back there watching wrestling down there I got kind of upset when the Terry Funk or whoever goes on the down off the apron and he touches his head. You can see him. I said, man, he's bleeding. Anyways, I digress. I took my
You'll be
shot
amazed.
tonight.
You'll be amazed how many people in that chat are watching this live resonate with us in that wrestling, man. It's just something about it.
Oh, the Freebirds. I mean, Mr. Wrestling number 1, Mr. Wrestling number 2. I got autograph book of those players, players, wrestlers, like I say, Tony was right there at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
But
Me and Bob fanatic. We thought about starting a podcast, but we just talk about wrestling.
no, I don't watch it now per se, as far as on Monday nights, but yeah, my brother does, who's older than me, 10 years older than me. He still watches that wrestling stuff. And it's still fun, I tuned it in once in a while.
It's
But
Friday Night SmackDown, Lorenzo. Well, you just seen all these schools that came down to the coast and got the smack laid down on them. All of them got Hardy Boy, got put through a table, man. It was inferno down here.
Wayne County gone. Macomb
Man.
gone.
Hey, yeah,
Gone.
out of here. Hey, it was a triple threat match, bruh. Just think, I was like, oh my God, if Pascagoula go up there, knock off Hattiesburg, George County knock off Picayune, South State would have been in Pascagoula at War Memorial Stadium.
That would have been crazy.
Down the street, Gaucher would have been playing against Brookhaven in South State. And down the street again, Ocean Springs would have been playing in South State. Jackson County would have been lit, man.
Jackson County
man. I was hoping for that there, boy. I wouldn't know where to win that night.
And I say it every year when it comes up here to South State. I kind of say it every year. When you think about it, you just mentioned the 3 teams there. In the whole state, just 6 football fields are being played. 3 is, 6 in the north. I'm sorry, 12. I'm sorry. Or no, 7. As far as I'm digressing now because I'm messing up. But there's 7 regions now. But there's only 7 football fields in the south and 7 in the north that will be lit up come next Friday night for South State championship games and North State championship games. But yeah, here on the coast. 3 of them, 3 of the 6 or 7. I keep saying 6. 3 of the 7 will be lit up, and in right there, Picayune, Ocean Springs, and Gaucher, which is something to make it this far to South State is a great accomplishment. Of course, you want to win it, and then when you win South State and you go to state and you happen to lose state championship, remember you still won South State. I mean, that's still pretty good.
We said this earlier. I said this to one of y'all. I said, man, this deja vu from 2022. Ocean Springs and Gaucher, South State.
Mm-hmm. And they both lost.
Ocean Springs playing the same exact team they played in South State that year, Brandon.
Crazy. Crazy. I'm not sure if it's the same path when they got to South State, but I know they played Oak Grove in the second round, then played Brandon.
It's the same path. It was the same one.
They played Northwest Rankin. Bruh, I said, man, that's crazy.
I was looking at Oak Grove. Oak Grove only got 2 losses in the playoffs, probably in the first round or second round, something like that. And those 2 losses were to the Greyhound. That's the only time they lost.
I posted it in the what was it? 15-3. And they lost in round 2 to Ocean Springs in 2022. So that's one I would have to go. I'd have to go back and see.
They beat them in 04 because I was there for that. I was on the field as a spectator watching that one.
That was John Anderson.
Yeah, that was the greatest. I'm telling you, man, that 04 class, the greatest class to come through there until somebody come through there and win it. 04 the best, man. The 04 Greyhound.
Was it? Yeah. 04 they lost. Yes, it was. They lost Ocean Springs 30-13. In 04, let me see. 2002 they lost to Wayne County, and in Moss Point. But anyway, as far as the 7A bingo or buys, that Ocean Springs again host Brandon. They will play the winner of Madison Central at Tupelo, which. Of course, I don't know exactly. I haven't looked at those teams to see what they are. But anyways, Poplarville at 4 is South State, and 4A they will play the winner of Louisville and West Lauderdale. Of course, Louisville is pretty good. I don't think they've in the modern day have lost a state championship game. That is Louisville, if I can say it correctly. And I'm looking right now. They are 12. Well, they're 12-1, but I mentioned that before because people said they're undefeated in the state championship game. Yeah, they lost, but it was back in 1924. So
yeah, nobody counting that.
So they're 12-0 in state championship games
stuff from 1983 and up.
So they actually won back-to-back state championship games. So
ain't that right? We only keep up with stats from 1983 with Mississippi High School Athletic Association.
Yeah, I think it's 80. I think it should be 81. Is about, and even then, it was still kind of
new. They had stuff like Big 8 and
yes, it was. So, but that's
answer Lorenzo question right there, Matt.
What's that?
So it's Pearl River with Picayune. They're in 6A.
Oh,
They're-
you're talking about in
Yeah, they are back on the coast now because they was over there with Hattiesburg and all them. They should have left them over there. They made the playoff. Now it's gonna come back over here to the coast and put them in 6A. They're gonna be back at the bottom again.
Yeah, that's. Let me see. It is going to be in 6A Region 4, Goshen, Hancock, Long Beach, Pascagoula, Pearl River Central, and Picayune. So again, 4 of the 6 make it. If you want it, they have it. BRC has it. Long Beach. Long Beach has played better, but you would imagine, and Goshen's looking for a head coach. So no, Hancock.
Hancock, yeah. I ain't told me he was going nowhere yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
So, when you initially look at it, say, oh, Pascagoula should be good. Picayune obviously is there. Goshen should be there. So that's 3 teams. You need one more team between Hancock, Long Beach, PRC, So we'll see. But that's who that's the region, 6A Region 4 next year. Goshen, Hancock, Long Beach, Pascagoula, PRC, Picayune. And then the other region, 6A, 3A is Forest Hill, George County, Hattiesburg, Jim Hill, Terry, and West Jones. They are, again, it's pinned to the top of the page, the new regions for next year, for the next 2 years is when it will be. So,
okay.
And then
he's saying this instead.
What's that?
No. I was saying that the Pearl River is like Jackson County. Both county got 2 teams and stuff.
Oh, yes. Picayune and Poplarville. They are Pearl River. Yes, they have 2 teams there in the South State Championship. Of course, Picayune will be at home. Poplarville will travel to Forest. And again, speaking of Goshen, of course, Ocean Brookhaven, they would again play the winner of West Point at Cleveland Central. Of course, I know West Point, and they're pretty good. I don't know about Cleveland Central, but that is in the 5A class. And I already did over, 6A class, which is Hattiesburg at Picayune. They'll play the winner at Grenada and Warren Central. So, again, I haven't much looked into those teams, but that's the North and South State. And, again, it's the first weekend, the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of December, 5th, 6th, and 7th up at USM. 2 games Thursday, 2 games Friday, and 3 games Saturday, noon, 3:30, and 7. I believe one ticket, you can watch all 3 games. I know some fans want to leave, especially if they lose, but again, it's the only time you get to see teams from the North or other teams here from the South that you don't get to see the players and all that, and just to enjoy, as it's a last official team games of the year, not counting the playoff all-star games the following 2 weeks. Mississippi, Alabama game, and then right there in Gulfport is the North and South, where we'll see some. I think Trey. I know Silas, I believe, is in the North South game.
Yeah, him.
Trey.
Silas in it.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. You got Fred Nicholson from Goshen.
Yeah.
Come on now. That's another thing. Like, why is Trey Irvin or BJ Osmer? Why are neither one of them in the All-Star game?
BJ Osmer 23 sacks this year. That's
neither one of them are in the All-Star game.
That's one. In fact, Coach Bramlett. I say Coach Bramlett. It could be any coach, but I know you're with a couple of coaches. You guys both are, but that's one thing I would want to ask, because they do it early. I share it early. The season starts at the end of August, and September. By the end of September, like 3 or 4 weeks into it, they start. Hey, nominations, are here. Let's nominate the All-Stars. Now you do coaches. I know did talk to one coach, and you have to be a member of the association, which I'm assuming all coaches may be. Some of them may not, but
they have to be. They have to be.
So, how they is it? I don't want to say politics, but I mean, you only have 3 games, maybe 4 in of a player, But then again, you can't wait till the playoffs or the end of the season. It's okay. These are the All-Stars, so they can kind of make plans, to make sure they have the players. So they're kind of, I guess, in the catch-22. But yes, every year there's a lot of players that are snubbed, as they say, that are left off in the All-Star game. So, but that will take place after the state championship games in December, the next 2 weekends after the state championship. Should be Mississippi, Alabama, and then North-South and Gulfport on the 21st, I want to say. So, Is there any other questions up there? Bing, I think I ran over all those.
Boy said it's gonna be in Hattiesburg. The man, David, you don't listen, man. God, this man done explained this stuff 20 times already today.
Yeah, they don't go to Jackson. I say anymore. They that's where I first started going to games.
That's the first time I ever went to a state championship game. Jackson at the Vet to watch Miles Point play against Clinton. That's the first time I ever went to a state championship game.
One of the few first pictures I posted on Facebook when I started in 2010 was the snow game with South Panola. Again, I think Oak Grove or somebody like that. And I mean, you can see me, I'm bundled up. I mean, we had to get hot chocolate. They were selling it for like $5 a cup or something like that.
Inflation.
To get hot chocolate. And then the buddy of mine bought hot chocolate and would go to the end of the line and sell it for $10 for the people who are at the end of the line. But it was cold. It was snowing. Up in Jackson. But they decided, hey, let's go to a state school. So they alternated Ole Miss and Mississippi State for several years. Because USM wasn't, I say ready. They might have had the Conference USA when they were in the Conference USA championship there. And so now, they did have it at, I want to say Ole Miss last year, and then now it's at USM. So Jackson was kind of fair because it was in the middle. Because, of course, but then these kids get to experience the college atmosphere, the locker rooms, a big stadium, I mean, Jackson, that's a big stadium. But as far as the state school, the updated version of it there, and that's where I met the two, well, they're not coaches there anymore at Mississippi State and Ole Miss, but, you get to meet the coaches, the head coaches there of the school. And, it's a good experience, the dog walk, and they'll have the walk there at USM. And I'm sure the teams will have, pregame, and maybe we can do that bingo and Boz to whatever teams make it to state. They'll have a tailgate. They'll have a tailgate that
I can tell you now, if the Gators make it to Hattiesburg, we gonna paint the city blue and gold. I can promise you that. The Gators travel well. When I tell you my community, don't play about them Gators. We travel well. You see how we turned out Laurel. We went up there and turned their stuff into a tailgate. We tailgate with Laurel. We tailgate with Picayune. We travel and we bring our vibe and we have a good time with everybody where we go. Folks love us, So shout out to Brookhaven. You on the clock? You on the clock? You are in our way. You are not the P. You are not Coach Stogner and them. You are Brookhaven. We got something for them. I feel like I want some glass to break. I feel like Stone Cold right now. You want to go in there and just stun me, mother.
Like I say, 19-game home winning streak. Gaucher has, and Brookhaven
crazy. I forgot all about this.
In fact, you played Brookhaven because I did.
We lost to him. Yeah, bye.
Yes, you lost to them in the first round of the playoffs.
No, we lost them in the second round.
It says first round, but they could be wrong.
In 2000.
2000. Yeah, 20 to 13.
We lost them in the first round because we beat Brookhaven in the first round. We lost to Laura in the second round.
I'm just going by what
again, Matt.
I'm looking at it right here. I'm looking at it right in front of me. It could be wrong. I mean, this website is great to have all these stats, but
it's wrong.
Like they have Gaucher playing at home the first game when they played at a neutral field against Harrison Central. Right. So it could be wrong, but it's showing. Did I say you lost?
Yeah, you did.
You did. Man, why is my? No, it did say you won. You did win 20 to 13.
I remember.
But then it doesn't. Well, then if you won, then where's the second game at?
We played Laurel.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm looking at just strictly Brookhaven. You guys playing Brookhaven. It didn't show. I'd have to go to the other page. But you guys have played one time in that since, and like I say, 2000. So
and we put Bill ass.
Yes. So
there, I was on the sideline. No, I'm a special team. I was a special team guy then. I was a 10th grader. So
Brookhaven.
I was just running down the field real fast and just acting like I was doing something, man. I was just happy to be able to get in the games on Friday, man. Uniform still be white, clean like this.
It was just good to be
Brookhaven.
there.
I was out there,
Brookhaven
though.
is, of course, they beat Stone tonight. They beat Van Cleve. They are 10-1. Brookhaven is 10-1. They're 4-1 on the road and 6-0 at home. And so that's who Gaucher will host is Brookhaven. So they're 10-1 on the season, and they've won 3, 6, 7 games right now. So yep, that's who Gaucher will play. I still Gaucher at home. Again, 6 games in the South State on the coast there, and all home teams won. So home
I
team
wasn't no
advantage.
water boy, man.
You were the water boy.
Yeah, I wasn't no water boy. I got out there and played.
H2O.
Yeah, I was a 2-year starter. My 11th, 12th grade year. I consider being on special teams a starter. From 9th grade to 10th grade, as a freshman and a sophomore, I was heavily involved in special teams. Heavily. And when the starters, when they say special team, you a starter. If you going out there with them. I don't know about y'all, but as a freshman and a sophomore, that means something. You got to think, Gaucher was in the thick of things during that time. I was a freshman playing with Ray Bivens.
The
greatest quarterback ever. I was right there playing with Ray Bivens.
I'll be back.
Yeah, play with it. I played with Ray Bivens and Antonio Hargrove. Yeah, Danny Dozens in the same year from the same team. Yeah, play with it. Yeah, play with it. I played with some goats, boy. Yeah, play with
it. Was the truth.
So did Charles.
Ray had that 9 in the back.
Come on, man. I played with some goats, man. I'm talking about boy, these boys here, and they in the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of Fame. They in the record book at the state of Mississippi. They
Sorry, could you say that again?
Oh, my bad, my wife.
Nice.
Yeah.
Theory.
At the state record book, they put they had them I'm gonna post it. I still got the original article, man, where they were saying like we the first school ever to open up our inaugural season and go undefeated and break records.
Before.
Yeah, they scored the most records in a single season their first year, playoffs, like all that, man. First year, man, Gaucher Gator.
By 40. Gaucher by 40.
Audi. Yeah.
Man.
You talking about, man. They look, go look on YouTube, Dave. I got all the games on there, VHS tape.
So do
they on there.
That's facts. That's facts.
They on there. I'm on there. Go look at me. You see the number.
Then we got the updated version of the Gators.
Yeah. 52. It's 52 cards in the deck, dog. You don't know what kind of hand you're gonna get with me.
Man, dude.
I guess I missed something. I don't know, but
coming at my boy Dave, old Russian. Yeah.
Oh man, that's too.
So Lorenzo talking about Lorenzo. See, I thought it would be in Brookhaven because both teams lost one game, but the margin of loss. Brookhaven only lost one. Nah, bro, everything go through the South this year, man. Regardless, last year we had to go to Oxford, so that means we had to travel up north. This year it's the South, so everybody got to travel south. You the number 1 seed, you got home field advantage. My last time explaining this.
Yeah.
So who was a legendary coach for Picayune? Man, they named the stadiums after him, bro. He was the only coach with a stadium named after him while he was still coaching. Him and Jerry Alexander, the only people I know that had it. They got stadiums named after them while they still on the sideline.
They on Coast Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, them two right there, most definitely right, man. Them folks got they was out there on the sideline coaching with stadiums named after them. Well, he talking about I'm wrong, Matt. Who was a better coach than Dye Lee and Triplet? Jimmy Johnson. I know he coached with y'all back in the day before he went to but
no, I could tell you who they thought they. I mean, Dye Lee has the most wins at 220.
Jimmy Johnson. He got to be talking about Jimmy Johnson, man. That's the only person. Jimmy Johnson did not.
He was never the whole coach. He was not the head coach.
Bro, the two people name on that stadium. The two people name on that stadium. Dye Lee and what's Triplet first name?
Is Lonnie.
Them, that's just this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Calvin.
And
Yeah, I saw
now it's gonna be
Tillman.
called Lee Triplett Stogner Stadium. For it's all said and done. Lee Triplett Stogner Stadium.
Stogner
Field. Yeah, Stogner Field.
They gonna
And my
get- they
boy
gonna
bringing
name
them
Stogner
gold
Field.
balls in. He done won 2. He in pursuit for 3. So
How many Coach Lee had? He won 2, huh?
man, he
Lee
had
won
2.
If he can surpass him,
He finna do it, man. Coach, bro.
Yeah.
This is Coach Stogner's 5th year, man. And man, he done been to South State all them years. Every year, probably
Yeah.
except 1.
Yeah, the first year he did
Other
not.
than that, he done been in State and South every year. Roll Tide roll.
I'd say 21. He started in 20. Coach Stogner started in
Man.
year
What's his
2020.
What's his overall record, man?
So 57 and 9. Well, I don't think they added in tonight's win, but it was 57 and 9. So maybe
lost 10 games yet,
58
bro.
and 9.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Acknowledge our tribal chief right now on the coast, man. He's the only one. He's doing it. He's bringing them home until somebody else join him to make the new bloodline of coaches. He is our tribal chief.
He's making his way
He
on.
shouldn't have lost. He shouldn't have
He
lost.
finna
one
be on
game.
you finna have to redo that coaching thing here soon.
Yeah, to go Mount Rushmore. So yes, I have it pinned to my page, because you have of course
he finna take Coach Don Lee's place. What?
Coach Jerry Alexander with
He ain't
his
going
75% winning percentage, 4 state championships. Dodd Lee,
he the greatest coach ever.
71% winning percentage. Coach Buddy Singleton, 303 wins. He has
And they win that
71%.
one state championship game. Probably ain't even playing one. That's
He played
crazy.
in one.
And then Coach Hugh Pepper,
You help him. Yeah.
whose name, 63%, 178 wins.
Hey,
Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but you still see Coach Alexander roaming the sideline bench bleachers there at Moss Point.
He there every home game.
I wish we'd get an interview with him or something, and even Coach Dodd Lee, he liked, several of my posts. I mean, that's,
Matt, you don't reach out to these people to talk to them though. How you know that?
I know. Well, I'm not saying they wouldn't say. I just
Coach, I asked Coach Alexander, man, what about doing like a little interview, a documentary with him, man? And he was like, I had my boy John Armstead hit him up and asked him, man. And John said he was like, all right, John, as long as it ain't no funny business. I don't do funny business now. If it's something legit.
Who is this? Coach
Alexander.
Oh, yes.
I don't do funny business now.
Funny business.
If it ain't nothing funny, then yeah, I do it.
That's what. Yep. So yeah, living legend there. But yes, Coach Stogner, is well on his way. Like I say,
give me a shirt made with Coach Stogner on that bill. I'm finna put his picture on that.
Holding 3 rings. Look, man, holding 3.
I'm gonna wear that at the state because they go in the state, man. They finna run through Hattiesburg, man. Look, fundamentally sound football, bro. That you cannot be fundamental football. I don't give a darn how good you is. You can't be fundamental football, man. That man gonna tell you we got 4 run plays. Stop him. Stop him.
You better
Stop him. We got 4 run plays. You ain't gonna stop him. We got 4 run plays and 1 pass play. And you ain't gonna stop it. The 1 pass play is a play action pass to the tight end. That's it. They ain't got nothing there. They probably got that little back shoulder fade to the receiver. But man, it's dive left, dive right, power left, power right, man.
Toss right, toss left.
That's it, man. And then they're gonna rotate the quarterback, the fullback, and the running back. All 3 of them. Everybody getting a snap, tossing that thing off, man. Them folks really can rush for 1,000 yards in one game if they really wanted to.
Yeah, and they got more than, of course, Darrell Smith. They got a couple other runners and the quarterback that can run.
Tristan.
So.
And the quarterback, I think he's a sophomore.
Yep.
Smith is crazy good. Do amazing.
Shout out to Will Smith tonight and Sherrod Whitehead. Shout out to Jack Coleman too, man. Jack took a kick return back on opening second half. As soon as they Oak Grove kicked that thing out to him, Jack took that thing all the way back, got tackled at the 1-yard line, man. I was cussing him, but now you get tackled at the 1-yard line, man. You a 7A state champion in track, bro, and you get hogged down at the 1, man.
Is it? Oh,
man, he was
man.
running so fast. He
I
stumbled.
saw it. I mean, yeah, he was. That was a
was
great
moving.
timing play. That was a
He was
great timing
moving.
play.
He is really fast. He was going so fast. He almost stumbled. Like yeah, I was like, God, Lee Jackson. I didn't know you was that fast.
Yep. So I'll be interested here. Like I said, I know we've been on for an hour 40, and like I was telling Bingo earlier, Boz, that last week when we did the post game show, and since that, within that Friday of last week, we've had at Bay High looking for a new coach, Hancock looking for a new coach, and now Moss Point looking for a new coach, and then the classifications came out. So I mean, a lot has happened within this past week, but already 3 new coaching positions they're looking for. It usually averages around 5 or 6 a year, to tell you the truth. Normally we have a rotation of about that many. We've already had 3 within a week. So we should see who goes where, if they not recycle, but if be interested to see who takes over. Because Hancock, again, has that great Kaysen Conine, if I say his last name right, quarterback there at Hancock. So they struggle a little bit on defense.
Kaysen is a great dual quarterback. He's a dual threat quarterback. Great dual threat
From
quarterback.
Hancock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid gonna be good. He gonna run the coast when it's his time. I seen that there. I said, oh yeah, he gonna be hard. He tall, lanky, athletic.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, Ocean Springs got a dog at quarterback coming up. Well, they still got Sherrod for another year. But they got Chalmers. He's gonna be the quarterback next year. I don't really know who gonna be our quarterback in Gaucher, man. Like
y'all got an athlete that can play.
Nah, we got quarterback. We got man. I got me one. My little 7v7 quarterback, man. He gonna be a 9th grader next year. Shoot, he already standing at about 6 foot already as an 8th grader, man. Like, come on now, standing in that pocket tall like Jamie Winston back there, boy. Shout out to Keon, man. They know what's up. Then I got, hey, come on now. We a honey hole, bro. I told you it's always a Gaucher team that's good. Look at our 12U team that just played for the champ. They're just 10-0. Just 12U team. They just won the championship. 10-0. That's how you can tell when you're gonna have a successful class coming up. Them boy 10-0. Smell a gold ball.
Yep. To raise that gold ball, man. That's like I said, we were there. I've been there again. With the Rocket Charles, we were there, with Picayune. Unfortunately, I was there with the Rocket Charles when they back-to-back. They lost back-to-back state champion with Miles Brennan. But hopefully, like I say, we got a great shot with 4 teams in 4 different classes. 3 of them are at home, playing at home. So got a real good shot at trying to get at least 3, if not all 4 teams there at 4 different time slots from that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 2 on Saturday, Poplarville and Picayune back-to-back. That would be pretty good. Would be a lot of tailgating. We might slide in over there. They might know, who are you? But they know Bingo more than my mug.
Man, everybody know, man.
So,
well, now your face out there. Now they see who you is. They know who you are.
Like,
that's cold football right there.
So I definitely try to shine the light, as we all do, on the players. So again, just because of some Silas Quarter, Deuce Knight, their high school career comes to an end, but just one chapter of, they both happen to be moving on to D1 schools next year. And for those players that are not playing football again, it's still, to make it to the playoffs is a great accomplishment. So as I'm reading now, our post in Silas is post about 9 out, that it's his last high school game. But, I feel sad. I know he broke records, but he really has touched the community over there. I know your friend Willie, is that his name? Willie, where he was there
Oh yeah,
helping the youth. Yep.
Willie Lee, Hot Willie Peppers. He spoke at his middle school all-star game this
Yep.
week. Hey, now we need to do an episode. We talked to Willie, man, because Willie he's doing a phenomenal job covering middle school, the middle school kids. Like that all-star game he just had this weekend, bruh. It was none but the future of the coast football was there, bro. You had all the kids from all over the coast, like. Man, the future's bright, bro. I'm telling you, man, the future's bright here on the coast. Like Matt say, shine the light on the coast, man. The coast got something to say. We do, man. We literally do, man. We got so much to say that they hate on us, man.
Yep, they do. They wanted to talk. Of course, they have some comments with Pascagoula and the teams that we know at Hattiesburg beating Pascagoula, which is what you expect. So they were saying that they were happy. I guess they, of course, played last night. That Pascagoula beat Hattiesburg in basketball last night. So it was kind of payback, I guess, tonight for Hattiesburg. Hattiesburg's a great team. Pascagoula, they had their shot. I mean, they're getting down at halftime just by a couple points. But
I'm going home next week. I'm going home, drop my daughter off at Hugh Pepper, and I'm going to the going home that week, Jack.
And then, of course, you have on the other side where Ocean Springs, they're posting about how Oak Grove going back home from Ocean Springs, that slow music. So they're the Isley brothers, Voyage to Atlanta. That's on the Mississippi High School sports page. So, people are going to, and it's funny. I mean, they're just showing how you're getting back home, Oak Grove. So that was a great win.
Oak Grove gonna be a problem by next year or the year after that. They're gonna be a problem. That quarterback, man. Oh my God.
He's just a sophomore. He's just a sophomore.
Oh my God.
Oh man, he was throwing the ball.
A 10th grader.
Man.
He's gonna be
he's a 10th grader. We gotta see him for 2 more years, man.
Yep.
Man, he did look good. I was watching that game. Jeff Shepard and company, even Jeremy Forehand was on the broadcast.
Damn, Silas' career is over with, man. Dude's career is over with, bro. Like, bro, oh my God, man. Like, hey, man.
Well, you look at that high school career, but we still follow them into the next level. But
we fall in love with them when they become high school players.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what we really fall in love with the characters, man. Like they come to an end, man. Like there's no more Deuce Knight, man.
We've been following Deuce since he was a freshman, man.
Yep, and Silas was there, 9th, 10th grade. So, I mean, there's a lot of obviously seniors that we can't mention all of them, but they've left their mark, and most of them won't play football again, which is that's fine. Some of them may not want, but don't.
I'm probably gonna cry at the banquets. You especially George County, Goshen, those like you build a relationship with them kids.
Yeah,
you just hate to see them leave like that, man. Like,
yeah,
Oh, I'm coming home, Ren. Everybody know I'm already in that mode, man. It's up, G. I'm already in that mode, man. Look where I'm at, G. I'm in that mode, bro. It's up. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Don't try to put that. It's still too big.
I'm gonna get it on one day, man.
Coach Hyde did a good job.
Gonna sit there,
man.
I'm coming home. Wait for me. Like Bruce said, bro. I'm coming home that week.
They have a great chance to go say, like I say, at home, 19-game home winning streak. They played a couple, obviously 2 close games, 6 points last week and 1 point tonight. So they know they can win the close games.
We got to finish the story now, man. Like Cody Rhodes, we got to finish the story. Coach we got to get some get back. Man, we ain't not one of us represented in the coach last year in the state championship, man. Like
first time in 12 years that there hasn't been a coach team.
That's correct. That's sad.
It was. Now we have 4. Now we can have 4.
4, bro. That is beautiful, man. Like
4 good chances too. Even Poplarville on the road. Poplarville.
Like, they don't realize these are some good teams that are like if you made it this far, you're good. You are real good. Like people don't understand like what Coach Bramlett did with his schedule, putting his schedule
brutal schedule.
Yeah, tough as that, bro. The non-region game. That's what you have to do to make your team ready. All right, if you make your non-region set up to where these are teams that'll make you better, or teams you will see in the playoffs, possibly non-region games is the way to do it. So you can be better, you can be stronger in district, and you can be ready for that, for get back or whatever you need for the playoff. Coach Bramlett is showing y'all right now exactly
The
how to do
blueprint.
it.
He's showing the blueprint.
He's giving it away, bro. Bro. Hey, look, man. Look, bro. Look, them folks found their identity. Man, chopping Will back there in that backfield. Them boys are counting for almost 500 total yards, total rushing the game, and all purpose everything. Just Chop and Will Smith. And then don't let Chop get back there and he can get a peek over that offense, the biggest offensive line in the state. He get that peek and stand on them toes, he lunching. He got Bryson Smith. He got Jack Coleman going. He got Nolan Wells going. He's streaking, and then if he want to, he gonna tuck it and roll. You seen him, Bob, untouched, 80 yards, 88 out the gate.
Yeah,
Chopper style, chopper style.
Man, I gotta give a shout out to Ocean Springs the announcer. I'm not sure his name. Jeff Shepard. I gotta shout him out. He does an excellent job. And then I'm not sure if he plays the music like every time BJ would get a sack, they play Go DJ. And then they play Chopper Style. They play Chopper Style on after he ran a long touchdown. Bro. It is that's exactly what I was getting to. It's like
oh, you talking about the PA announcer at the field?
Yeah.
That's not Jeff. No, Jeff Shepard.
Who you talking about? The guy that you can hear over the crowd.
Right.
Yeah, that's the guy who I just called the game with at MGCC. He said he calls the PA announcer there. I had his name.
He do a good job. Y'all ever find out his name?
I know. I had his name written down. I might have thrown the name away.
It's a college atmosphere in Ocean Springs. Man.
You're talking about fans traveling. I know Ocean Springs. They don't have to travel up to Hattiesburg now after they can get this win here at home against Brandon. They'll certainly be there.
All of us
to do it. Well, Bingo won't be there.
How did George County lose? How did Picayune lose to Gulfport?
Man,
Gulfport was on. They must. Everything was hitting on all cylinders that night.
Gulfport next year is going. Like I said, their running back quarterback is sophomore, if I'm not mistaken. Or
they should be primed up. I give Biloxi one more year. I think
Biloxi.
I think his third year. That's when the program for Biloxi is going to take a turn, man.
And that's the thing. Again, I go to Coach Bramlett because you talk to him, and that's one of the questions I was going to ask him as far as how much hands does he have on his junior team. He don't coach the junior ball. I'm sorry that they have coaches for that.
About his JV team?
Yeah, JV team. I'm saying how much do they? He sets it to where high school runs. You would obviously think high school runs this kind of offense. You're going to have, and that goes for not just Ocean Springs, but you would think all the high school teams that they're JV teams. Hey, you get them to run this offense because why would you run a spread formation in JV and then when you're as a Picayune team, for example, and then come up to Picayune and you're not throwing the ball but 2 or 3 times a game. So you would think Picayune JV team is running the same offense as their high school team. So that's one of the questions I would ask Coach Bramlett, or any coach. Is that, how much does the head coach have his hands on or fingerprints on the JV team? We're trying to build them. Like you said, a bright future. That's where in Coach Duas with Biloxi, that's where you go to is your younger players and build them up, to get there. Dawson, I keep mentioning his name because he sends highlights and he was a great quarterback. You know him. Like I said, I mentioned it before. I think he's at St. Martin. Yeah. Dawson Sullivan, you said they were twins.
That's my 7-on-7 quarterback.
Yeah, he's great. He has instincts. He has everything. So
I call him Jelly.
St. Martin has a good nucleus there moving up.
Yeah, so. Him and his brother Dawson, bro, them boys gonna be a problem. That was crazy. I got 2 sets of twins on my 7-on-7 program, and I seen both of them at the game tonight at the Ocean Springs game. Mm-hmm. Ramsey twins from Biloxi, Jaden and Jordan. And the Sullivan twins, Dawsey and Dawson. Yeah, we twinned up over here, big game.
and that's good. As I say, teams that are out of the playoffs go to.
Crazy.
Oh, they shooting rock. They shooting that rock, man. They out there. Jump shot is wet, like book. They jump shot wet now. I'm talking about they getting their sneakers tied tight tonight. I'm talking about, yeah. Man, you gotta go look at that live I did with Ocean Springs at the end of the game. All the players were doing the little baseline thing. Hey man, it's
I was saying I shared the video of what you did
them
with the
boys
coach.
funny,
That was
man.
a different video you did earlier about the coach. You
Oh,
did
okay. Yeah. That was his
What-
pregame speech.
Yeah, that was good. That's what I like to see, stuff like that. So, but I'll have to go watch what they were doing. I know the sideline announcer, again, forgive me what his name is, but he said he was going down to the end zone to do. He even got Coach Bramlett to do a dog bark. So that they were dogs. They weren't no show dogs. They some dogs. So
Yeah, but with that Ocean Springs, now from what I seen this year, Coach Bramlett has his hands on at the Pee Wee level. He middle
Dang.
school. He's in the JV. Like he ain't one of the micromanager guys, but it's his program, so he has his thumbs on his imprint on everything. Like,
yeah, you would think, yes.
yeah. And Coach I've been doing that since he been there. Like you can tell the coaches that really, want to see their program go. They plan on being there for the long haul because they go straight to their youth. All right, let me make sure this straight here, straight there. Like,
That's how you do it. Oak Grove, that's what Oak Grove been doing that for years.
Oh, yeah.
And I would think that all the teams do that, to build up, So when you see an 8th grade, 9th grade team go undefeated, does that equate 2 years down the road that the high school team is going to go undefeated? Not necessarily, but that's just like if you return 10 starting players, doesn't mean your team's going to be great, but it does help to have returning starting players. So
you just got to keep them together.
Yes, because they do transfer. They don't, transfer portal, but they do.
High school
they do They do transfer. So, but yeah, like I said, and look forward to this week coming up. Next week, Thanksgiving week. Obviously kids are out of school, so it'll be practice and get ready for Thanksgiving. And I'm sure they'll have a Thanksgiving dinner, together. And some of these teams, like say Poplarville's been there several years. Picayune has been there 3 years or so. Gaucher's now been there their third Thanksgiving week practice. And in Ocean Springs, their first one in a long time for these players. So
hey, they deserve it, man. Yeah, like they deserve it, bro. Like that team, all the adversity they had to go through this year, the growing pain, man. I'm talking about, bro. I can't wait till y'all see the documentary I'm putting together with them for this season, man. Like them folks, just, man, just the everyday life of being a high school coach, man. It's a challenge, it's like you live two lives because you got your family at home and you got your family at the team. That's your family. Like, you got to think you got over almost 100 kids, and you got to think out of all them kids, how many kids pretty much basically you're taking care of, making sure their well-being is good outside of your football. For this week, Thanksgiving, how many kids you think them coaches gonna probably have at their house to make, make sure they have a Thanksgiving meal? Like, these coaches go above and beyond for that, man. That's why, you can't be trying to come at these coaches, man, talking about, they need to fire that coach. And I used to be bad about that, man. You know what I'm saying? But then you got to look back, man. You got to show these folk grace because, they have a job to do. And most of the time, that job, they don't have the resources or the benefits or everything to really make their job be how you want it. Everybody wants to win, but if the formula ain't winning where you was already there, it's gonna be hard. Like, for Mars Point, it's gonna be hard to get Mars Point back on track. Everybody think it's gonna be easy. We finna go get this one. It's gonna be hard to get Mars Point back on track, man. It's bigger. It's bigger than what the problem lies. Like, it's more in tune with the community. Like why in Mars Point they don't have any new housing development for people can move over there and be like, I'm moving to Mars Point. There are no new jobs, no infrastructure in Mars Point. So that hurts your growth of your community. So that's why That's why the school, the programs are dwindling down over there, man. Like they still got talent over there. It's Mall's point. It's depleting because a lot of kids for some reason are leaving. They're not buying into what they're selling. So you got to get somebody in there that is selling a product that these kids want to buy. You know,
yeah. Of course, now
Deion Sanders.
Yep. Of course, they just, I told you they just posted, their job opening, and they had Interman on the coach, so he may come back and get the job. I mean, again, he got a late start per se since Coach Feaster had left. And then what was his name? What's his name?
Coach Julius Bridges.
Yes. So
yeah, he knew, man. He's also the head baseball coach.
Yeah.
He was
So
just an intern, huh?
and they are, next year they're again 4A Region 4. They have Bay High, Forest County, so that's the new Greene County, Pass Christian, and Moss Point. So that's 5 teams. You win the one game, you're in the playoffs. So, there's 5 teams in the region. They have a couple of them like that with the Region 3A when you have St. Patrick, St. Stanislaus, Presbyterian Christian, Tylertown, West Marion. So there's
EDC.
5 teams there. But as far as getting back, as far as what you're saying about the family, and even, I'm sharing, Crystal Leanne, Bramlett, his wife, Coach Bramlett's wife, she's always posting. She has some great stuff that she posts, and she just posted here 20 minutes ago about, how proud she is of the player and coaches, and she has pictures, after the game. And that's what it's about. You have somebody supporting you, off the field, with your wife there and the kids. And it just, you could just feel the, the accomplishment, with Coach Bramlett again, won his first playoff game last week and now winning, against Oak Grove, who they lost to earlier in the season. Now they're going to South State, first time for him as a head coach against his team, like you said, which really, I guess I didn't dig into, but that's something, I'm sure you'll bring up on the coaches show that, well, if I guess when y'all going to do that he played high school ball at Brandon. Now he's playing against Brandon as a coach for the South State championship game. Now I'm asking you, Thanksgiving is Thursday. Y'all usually have the coaches show.
Yeah, we might. Yeah, man, that show is Thursday. I'm glad you said that. I might need to call
You
him.
might have to go have it at the family dinner table.
Right now, we're gonna have to do a pre-record. We might have to record that on like Tuesday or something, and then just live stream and give y'all a Thursday edition to watch. We done that before. Like people didn't know it, but we pre-recorded and then just live streamed it on Thursday, and you never knew the difference.
I did when you said welcome is Wednesday night. No way. No,
I probably did. I
don't know what night you did or what one it was. No, you couldn't tell. And
I didn't
watch.
Though.
Oh, did
I did do that? That's why I was like, "Yeah, you caught that."
No. So as far as what, like I said, with Chris, with his wife, to support of the family, you got, like I said, your football family and your family itself. So a lot of coaches, and it's just not necessarily the head coach. You know that it goes down. Yeah. All the way down to assistant coaches. It takes a whole thing to do it. And
I like what always do, man. All the wives, they sit on the fence, like they got like on the sideline, like the back of the end zone, and they sit back there and they got their own little VIP section, man. And they like the coaches' wives sit back there. They're my OC. Who you with? They know what it is. Leave no doubt, baby. They know what's going on, man. Shout out to my OC. You know what I'm saying? That's the guy that led the charge right there for our Mr. 5A right there. You know what I'm saying? The man, quarterback coach and OC. You know what I'm saying? Second year. They know what it is. Done been to South State 2 years in a row as OC. Come on, they know what's up. Shout out to my boy AC Hunter Collins. They know what's up.
That was very good. Very great for Gaucher to be hosting. Again, they played the first 2 South State, the last 2 years, lost at Picayune, lost at Laurel, and now they get to host. So again, if the players are listening on the rewind or live now, 19-game home winning streak, you guys are favored. You should beat them. You still got to go out there and win the game just because we're talking and bingo is, like I say, we're penciling in Gaucher. Now when they lose, yes, we'll be disappointed, but still a great
fine.
season. But they'll be prepared. Coach I will be prepared. The third time's a charm.
I might go jump. We got a little small little man-made lake in front of our school. I might jump in that. Just let the leeches just suck on me. I might just go into the woods and just lay down and just I might do something stupid. Ain't no
like I say, because you'll be on that Friday night, at 7:30. So that's prime time. It's usually 7A, but they switched it up this year, and 5A will play 7:30 Friday night, just up the road to USM. So
you could drive home, come right back.
Yep.
Hey, just going to George County for me.
We'll certainly appreciate everybody joining. I know, like I say, fans are excited, the ones that won, and even the ones that lost. But as we're just passing 2 hours, the longest show we've done, and hey, it's justified as far as it's semifinals coming up, South State championship games next Friday. Of course, kickoff at 7. Brandon,
funny. This dude is funny.
Ireland's bingo can just win, so he can be happy.
Thank you, David. That's all I want to do is just be happy, dog. You got 5 of them, seeking 6. Let me get one, man.
Yeah, Picayune, Picayune and Moss Point has 5 each. And like I said, we mentioned D'Iberville has 1 and a state championship, that is. So really hope Poplarville can get there, which I feel that they can do.
Man, Poplarville deserves it, man. They done been to 4 straight South State appearances, man, and just can't get over that hump, man. Louisville was Louisville were always stopping them, man.
And Louisville looks to be again, like I say, there. So
I see you next week, my dog.
So we're fixing to sign off, and I'm just reading what Crystal had posted on. I shared it. Home away from home to home sweet home. Fun fact: Jake and I are both. So she is from too. See, Jake and I are both from Brandon, Mississippi. We met each other in Pass Christian. So I didn't know that. Obviously, I mean I don't know that, but both of them are from Brandon. Now they'll be going coaching against at least Coach Bramlett and of course Crystal right there. Making some great videos. So keep up the great work, Bingo there, and we'll look some more videos coming up. I'll have to look for that video you have. You said you posted it on Facebook of them in the baseline or whatever.
And Instagram.
I'll have to look and see. So that's pretty good.
I got a whole bunch of new clips. I ain't even posted tonight, man. I got some good clips from the night. I still got stuff from last week Northwest ranking I ain't posted. And I'm so behind on my George County videos. I still got to make probably like 3 hype videos for George County. I just been behind. I bit off more than I could chew.
Yeah.
I'm eating it dope. Yeah.
But you're doing good. You're doing good. Appreciate everybody joining us live. And even again on the replay, I'll share it tomorrow. But like I say, just over 2 hours on this Friday night. So congratulations, everybody. Again, next week, Brandon at Ocean Springs, Hattiesburg at Picayune, Brookhaven at Gaucher, and Poplarville at Forest there. 4 teams in. Hopefully 4 teams will come out. So have a great Thanksgiving week. And we'll catch you next Friday. We'll be here.
And don't forget, go Gators, go Hounds, Roll Tide, go Hornets. I don't know what the Hornets motto is, man. But hey,
we go again.
Yeah, we rocking with the 4. This is it. This is we gotta hold on to them tight. We gotta protect them precious jewels. These are our 4. We gotta hold on to them.
Yes. So that's Bingo.
That's Matt.
All right. Oh, my phone's going up.
All right, y'all.
All right, Bingo. Yep. We out. Stats out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm trying to end it.
Seneca Hampton, where you at, boss?